All right, we've had our fun this week. It's time to get down to business.
It's time for reaction. Welcome in. Old School Nerd.
Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd. Welcome in. It's Thursday. Like and subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up on this video. It really does help. Thank you so much for all the subs, the views, all the constructive criticism, comments, and love all of you have been sharing. Check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all of our social media posts, Patreon link for those who want to help support the channel. We appreciate every single one of you. And the merchandise store. Clement and the boys from Fractal Universe are back. And they're not taking prisoners. Again, prepare yourself for eccentric musicianship, amazing arrangement, and just complete total sensory overload. They may not be the heaviest band out there, but you're going to need a map to find your way in, and good luck getting your way out. Again, it's Fractal Universe. The song is called Interfering Spherical Scenes. I know, it sounds like a Rush song. Here we go. Let's check them out. My name is Old School Nerd. I've been waiting to do this one all week. There's Clement right there. Okay, if you're not a musician, if you're not a drummer or a bass player or a guitarist or any sort of musician, a lot of the stuff that's going on here, you're missing. And I just want to make sure we back up, and I want you to listen to this again. Understand that the beginning of this song, Clement starts off with a very straightforward count. Then he syncopates his count into kind of an off drop, where he switches up the downbeats and the secondary downbeats of every measure into the verse in an effort to throw you off. But at the same time, if you listen, it's still in time, but it is a slightly different emphasis on different counts within a measure. Now, the guitars, you can expect them to be elaborate. Both guitar players, the lead guitarist and the lead singer slash guitarist slash saxophone slash whatever the hell he's learned this last week on how to play, you never know where they're going to go with the melody. My favorite part is when Clement changes up on the rhythm section going into the verse, watch the bass player, listen for it. He follows with him and brings that off. It's not off, but it's the best way I can think of. It's off count. So instead of the bass playing on the downbeats, he'll follow Clement into these syncopated counts throughout a measure. I told you guys before, and we talked about this when Clement and I had our interview about a month ago, that they push the limit. They push the limit of what they're able to do, and they continue to strive to go a step higher. It's Fractal Universe. Follow along. Well, or at least try. Okay? Feel it? drawn back into a full. Okay. There are three things that I absolutely love. If you ask Tank the Tech, him and I have a love of cultural folk metal. Like him and I, we'll geek out and message each other about, dude, did you hear this folk metal song? Oh my God, I love this type of music. Like that simple folk feeling, natural, it blends cultural acoustic sounds into metal with power and majesty and strength. Love that stuff. The other stuff I love is catchy hooks, stuff that's fast, jazzy, intricate, with a lot of energy. For instance, Unleash the Archers, Ginger, Gojira, right? Alien weaponry, that kind of stuff. My third type of metal that I absolutely love, progressive, intricately arranged music. The kind of stuff that it's almost where this kind of skirts the line between where you get technically written, where you're dipping into jazz, you're dipping into some industrial type rhythms, but at the same time, leading up to this guitar solo, right before you got into the chorus, the only thing that was keeping a normal count was a shaker egg in the background. You could barely hear it. Everything else was very syncopated. It was layered. It was definitely a unique time signature. When they went into this chorus part, lead singer, guitars, they start pushing the melody. But Clement, the bass player, stayed behind into that unique time signature and kept pushing. They just kept pushing the story of this unique time signature, where it's intricate. You can follow it, but it kind of puts you off center to where everything else hits you like a brick. Really done well. A lot of you are not going to understand this. A lot of you are not going to like this. But for nerds who grew up on Rush, this is the next level. This is what we love. Okay? If you grew up on Rush, if you grew up in the 90s loving bands like Coheed and Cambria, where they told intricate stories with 10-minute arrangements, this is your kind of metal. It's progressive. It's very experimental. It's intricately arranged and written. It's engineered this way. And the lead singer of this band, Clement, has told me, when he writes these songs, Clement looks at it, he takes a deep breath, and he gets to work. Because he knows it's going to elevate his game. To play the stuff that the lead singer, lead guitarist, saxophone player, whatever instrument he learns this week does. They love to push the envelope, and I totally dig this. I'm going to back it up just a little bit so we can enjoy this guitar solo. I know I'm stopping this video a lot, but I know that Clement, at least Clement, will see this reaction, and he'll understand that there are people out here who really appreciate amazing, intricate musical arrangement, composition. This stuff is not for everybody. It's not something you're going to hear on the radio. And quite frankly, just trying to keep up with it is hard to do. But for those of us who love to geek out on this kind of stuff, we lost Neil Peart just a year ago, coming up on a year, and he can't be replaced. So you don't replace him. You keep going. Bands like this are what you're looking at. They keep going. Next step, next step, next step. It's amazing. I love this. Let's get into this guitar solo. Okay, sorry, God, I didn't want to stop it, but I have to for just 1 second. This guitar solo, when he started it, the phrasing, the sound phrasing of that guitar solo, I was sitting here talking about Rush, completely reminds me of La Villa Strangiato. That soft phrasing at the beginning of a guitar solo and it build. I'm not saying it's the same. What I'm saying is it reminds you of it because he's sliding into something very intimate. Very soft. The phrasing is drawn out. Get ready. I'm telling you, this band is right there. Yeah, they're right there. Listen to it. You're going to hear it. It's going to feel like Alec Lifeson doing that phrasing. Right? Tell me you don't hear that. Holy crap. I mean, seriously. Holy shit. There are songs like Tangaroa from Alien Weaponry where I just want to go grab my djembe and play it. I don't want to touch this motherfucker with a metronome and 30 weeks to practice on anything. Holy crap. Okay, everything I've said in this reaction, understand I've never seen this song before. Clement said, dude, were you going to do a reaction to this today? And I was like, okay. And he's like, go for it. I'm like, okay. And now that I'm watching it, I'm like, okay. It just reminds me of stuff that I loved. It does remind me of Rush. I'm sorry, it does. And the guitar solo really made it like, whoa. A lot of things, if they're done right, conceptually, if they the arrangement and composition, you can write something that kind of reminds people of Rush. Anyone can do it. Not everybody can play it, but anyone can do it. But the way the lead guitarist did the phrasing at the beginning of that guitar solo took me right to La Villa Strangiato. And I just listened to it in the gym like 2 days ago. So it's fresh in my mind. The last video was amazing, but it had all the computer graphics and all the imagery and stuff, and Clement was talking to me about it and stuff. I don't care if I ever see another video like that again. When I get to see these guys play and put their craft where you see them, where you can see the effort, you can see the concentration on Clement's face, and you can see the soul coming out of that lead guitarist as he plays those phrases. And you see the mad scientist genius of the lead singer of this band, knowing that he crafted all this stuff. Holy cow. Best Fractal Universe song I've heard so far. Is it the most catchy? No. Is it the most viable for radio play? Absolutely not. Is it the most complex thing I've heard yet? Yes. Is it the one I like the most? Yes. Is there a particular reason why? Yeah. It's the third part of my name. Old school. Exactly.